I watched Hypnotic. Not to be confused with the alcohol. If you're a particular age, you know what I'm talking about. Ignore the hair. I desperately need a cut. Um, okay, so names are not so great, but fortunately, there's only one main name or face that you will recognize from this movie, and that's the lady that plays Theodore in the Haunted Hill House on Haunted Hill House. That show on Netflix. Her Theodore. Um, she has like a simple name too, and I just can't ever remember it because he's in Midnight Mass and Blind Manor and a bunch of other stuff that's on Netflix. Like her deal with Netflix is amazing. Um, but basically, the whole thing is about she's like kind of in a rut, but not really. Like she had a breakup, and it turns out she had like a stillborn um, with her and her guy, and then they broke up. Like they just couldn't figure it out. But then you find out she just couldn't figure it out with him, and so they clearly had like feelings for each other still. And her job wasn't really going any place. I think she was like freelancing at the time. Um, so her friend recommended this therapist, and it turns out the therapist is a hypnotherapist, and he like put stuff in her mind, was like controlling her, but he had a whole thing. Spoilers. This is spoilers, by the way. Spoilers, heavy spoilers. Um, he was like putting these blockers in her mind, like these triggers to set off. And it turns out he was doing it with other people. And then hold up. Excuse me. And then it turns out like he has a past and he just appears, so his identity is newish. And Kyle's been looking at him for a long time, the black dude from Psych. um and yeah, and he's just the bad guy the whole time. And then she goes see a therapist, and then she puts a trigger in there, which is like it's like a very specific thing, but it kind of overwrites all the other triggers that were put in. It's it's a good movie. I didn't going into it when you watch it. The best thing about this movie and a lot of shows, period, because it's another show where you know who the bad guy is, but you just go along for the ride anyway. Where like you know who the bad guy is, and they don't try to like trick you or deceive you. Put in little obstacles to try to like redirect you to someone else. Like no, you know who the bad guy is, and the script is very honest about who the bad guy is. It's just the steps and the lengths that they go through to be that bad guy is where it's like it's a really good movie. It's a good script. You're gonna keep watching it. It's a good show, whatever the format is. And that's what this is. Like, you know from the beginning the therapist is the bad guy. Because like it's about hypnotherapy, and they like really dig home about like how powerful that is, and like whether you're susceptible to it or not. And just the way someone can just put something in your head, and it's more realistic and more grounded than what Inception was, which I actually really love. Like, I don't like it. I love Inception. Hold up. I had like some pastas, like I guess just not sitting well with the talking and the air going into my body as I'm talking. But yeah, like it doesn't hide or shy away from this is the bad guy. Watch, like, can they prove it? You know, that's the other thing too. Like, can the protagonist prove that that's the antagonist? Because that's the audience. We know that's the bad guy. And the protagonist, they know that's the bad guy. But can they prove it to other people? That's the direction movies are going right now. Um, can we like, do you trust the journey the main character is going on to like prove their innocence, or to like prove this person is bad to everyone else? And the little steps they take, and then what movies are doing now too, like when they do stuff like that, they give you a shock value like maybe a shocking death, or like maybe like a shocking like step, like something to shock the audience because you already know what the end is. Like there's no journey to like who's the bad guy. We know who that is now. So now it's like the journey, to like how can we shock you? It's good. Like movies like that are like they're different, but it's good, different. Um but yeah, like it's a good movie. I think it's worth checking out. It's not even long. It's like maybe an hour and 45 minutes long. Um which is kind of standard now. But something I want to talk about also is because I've been seeing it around lately about how Captain America is responsible for the Thanos snap. And that came out like what, 2019, 2018? But I don't want to say 2018. Infinity War. What we're not gonna do is try to shit on Captain Rogers' name. That's just not what we're gonna do. That's not what I'm about. That's not what we're gonna do. And I've seen people even say like he's the worst iteration of Captain America. Where was all this noise when the first Captain America movie came out? Where's all this noise? Where's all this talk? When you found out Chris Evans was going to be Captain America. Because there was none of this talk. People saw it. Only thing was like when he woke up, and he did. So I don't, then people also too like talk about how we get on, well, men get on women superheroes. But men get it too. I remember people talking about Mark Ruffalo. Like he's just Bruce Banner. He's not Lou Ferrigno being the Hulk or something. He's just Bruce Banner. I remember people talking about like Tony Stark, how he's gonna look. People talking about who's another guy? I don't know. But yeah, like let's not just act like women superheroes get that too, because they don't. But anyway, y'all not finna sit here and act like, yeah, there was this time stone. But if they, like, we seen Wanda go to the lengths that she would have taken out Vision. She did take out Vision for the Mind Stone. Okay, fine. But yes, there's the Time Stone also. But we've also seen in every single version of Wanda and Vision that they both will do whatever it takes to save each other. Like, yeah, we showed them killing them, but how do we know? Oh my God. How do we know, sorry, that if they knew about the Time Stone and what it was capable of, that wouldn't change their whole perception? That they wouldn't move heaven and earth and time and space to save each other because they know what the Time Stone can do. But y'all want to blame mortal, super strength, bearded Cap for the snap. We've seen Wanda create a whole reality enslaving people. We've seen Vision in the what if, like, feed her people. Like, she was already turned zombie, but I mean, just the length that someone who's smarter than everything would do to save her. Suddenly become irrational when it comes to her, blinded when it comes to her. So don't sit here and tell me that it's all on Captain America when honestly, he didn't say Avengers Assemble until Endgame. They never treated Captain America like the captain he was, except for in the first two Captain America movies. So don't sit here and act like he was just some super leader all of a sudden. Like, don't sit here and act like, don't sit here and do that. Just don't do that. You blame him for the snap when they're powerful beings. Just like, what's her name? The Dora Michonne from Walking Dead. She was like, why was she in there the whole time, knowing she got that power like that? Like, yeah, she was guarding. Like, that's also an example. She's sitting there guarding Vision, but she's in the thing the whole time. She can make a difference outside. Don't sit here You will not besmirch the name of Bearded Cap. That's just not what we're gonna do. That's just not what we're gonna do. I'm sorry. Like, I'll argue to death. Like, that's just not what we're gonna do. You got these super powerful beings, vision included, but you want to blame super strength Cap for the snap. Stop. Stop. Now, no, no. I just this is no way. But whatever. Uh that'll do it for this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back. I'm not even gonna watch anything. I watched a couple of things I want to talk about, but yeah. But yeah, what I watch, what did I talk about? Oh, Hypnotic. I don't know the names of people, but yeah, about an hour, 45 minutes long. So on Netflix. It's a Netflix original too. Yeah, I'll be back. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I appreciate all the love and support. I appreciate all the likes and dislikes. Honestly, I really do. Any interaction is great for me. Like I'll go back and forth. I don't care. Let me get out of here. All right. Bye.